Genesis, the story of Adam and Eve in that regard. Because what you have there is a kind of paradise where everything's really going well. And you've all lived in a paradise like that when things were going really well, right? But there's always snakes in those paradises. And the reason for that is just because things are going well doesn't mean you've accounted for everything. And you can't account for everything. So there's always something lurking around from underneath. And if you go and mess with that thing, then all hell breaks loose. And you think, well, has that ever happened to you? Well, sure. It happens to you if you have a relationship and the person you're having a relationship with cheats on you. That's a snake for sure. It happens to you if you're well and then you're not. It happens to you if you're dependent on a family member and they die, right? It's the unrevealed complexity of the world that manifests itself suddenly, that wreaks havoc on our little paradises. Well, and we're so damn curious, eh? We just can't leave well enough alone. That's human beings for sure, right? Just like the Catholics say, heritable sin. Right, you put people in a paradise and you tell them not to do one thing, and you bloody well be sure that's the first thing they're going to do. Because we're so curious, we cannot leave things alone. We're always unraveling sweaters and looking at things we're not supposed to look at, and so on and so forth. And, it's a great thing, and we learn a lot, but we pay a big price for it. The question is, what do you look at when you don't know what you see? What is it that you see when you don't know what you see? So think about it this way. This is a very, very hard thing to understand. Remember when the towers fell? What did you see? Well, you say, well, I saw the towers fall. And I'd say, no. If all you saw was that the towers fell, you wouldn't have looked at it 50 times. Why did you have to look at it 50 times? Well, because you couldn't believe it. What did that mean? It meant that the event was so complex that you couldn't perceive it. What fell? The monetary system in the U.S., the Western economy. It was the transformation of the Cold War. It was a new paradigm. It was a battle between good and evil. That popped up pretty quick, like the next day, pretty much. You had to look at it over and over and over and over because you didn't know what you were seeing. You didn't know how to see what you were seeing. And you think, okay, I don't quite get that. And then I would think, okay, when you're driving your car and it breaks down, what is it when it breaks down? And you might say, it's a car.